Imagine this, you're in Boston on St. Patrick's Day weekend, 1990. The city is alive, pubs overflowing, parades marching, music spilling into the streets. But while the crowds celebrated, two men in police uniforms approached the side entrance of the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. Within hours, Boston would wake up to find $500 million in art, gone. To this day, not a single piece has been recovered. This is the story of the greatest art heist in history, and one of the modern world's greatest mysteries. At 1:24 a.m., a hatchback pulled up to the museum. Witnesses later recalled seeing a suspicious car idling nearby, its headlights cutting through the foggy Boston night. The two men inside wore convincing police uniforms. When they knocked on the door, one of the guards broke strict protocol and buzzed them in. It was a decision that would change history. Within minutes, the guards were handcuffed, duct-taped, and locked in the basement. For the next 91 minutes, the thieves roamed the galleries. They knew where to go, but the job was rough. Canvases were slashed from frames, stretchers left behind. They ignored certain treasures, grabbing others that seemed oddly specific. To many investigators, it felt less like connoisseurs at work and more like soldiers on a timed raid. Inside the museum, no alarms ever sounded, and when investigators checked the security system, they found the CCTV almost useless. The one working camera only captured the approach to a single side door. Surrounding businesses had no footage to give. It was as if the city itself swallowed the trail. 13 works were stolen. The most famous, the concert by Johannes Vermeer, painted around 1664. One of only 34 Vermeers known to exist. Its estimated value today, over $250 million. Also gone, Rembrandt's The Storm on the Sea of Galilee, his only seascape, painted in 1633. Alongside it, A Lady and Gentleman in Black, another Rembrandt, and a small copper self-portrait. Manet's Chez Tortoni was taken, along with 5 works on paper by Edgar Degas, and a rare Chinese bronze finial from the 1200s. Even a Napoleonic flag was stolen. Collectively, these pieces represented centuries of culture, Dutch Golden Age, French Impressionism, Asian antiquity, all ripped from their rightful place. These weren't borrowed works or temporary loans. Isabella Stewart Gardner herself had built this collection in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, filling her Venetian-style palace with treasures acquired during her travels. Her will demanded the collection remain unchanged forever. That's why, even today, the empty frames hang in place, silent witnesses to the heist, preserved as haunting reminders of what was lost. By dawn, the FBI had launched one of the largest art theft investigations in its history. Initial suspicion fell on Boston's underworld, the Winter Hill Gang, the Patriarcha crime family. St. Patrick's Day weekend, mob connections, and the sheer scale of the operation all pointed to organized crime. Possible motives? Ransom leverage against jail time, debt repayment, or prestige within the mob. But every lead collapsed. Suspects went silent. Some died before they could be questioned. Informants whispered about basements in Dorchester, warehouses in Connecticut, even stashes hidden in Ireland. But whenever the FBI moved in, the art had vanished, or perhaps never been there at all. Whistleblowers occasionally stepped forward, offering information in exchange for reduced sentences. One claimed the works were being offered in underground auctions. Another swore he'd seen the Vermeer in Philadelphia. Yet each story ended the same: empty hands, empty walls. And in more than one case, the whistleblowers themselves met grim ends: murdered, overdosed, or discredited. The FBI even explored black market rumors, whispers of buyers in Europe and the Middle East. But high-value masterpieces like these are nearly impossible to sell. Everyone knows them. Moving them would be like trying to auction off the Mona Lisa in a back alley. Decades have passed, but the Gardner case remains open. The FBI still lists it among its most significant active investigations. Rewards have been offered, suspects named, theories spun. Yet the mystery remains. Who planned it? Why those specific works? And where are they now? Today, visitors walk the museum's halls and see the empty frames preserved exactly where they hung. They're not just voids on the wall. They're monuments to a night when Boston lost $500 million in art and perhaps a piece of its soul. 80-plus years later, the Gardner Heist isn't just a crime. It's a legend, a myth woven into Boston's history, where silence hangs heavier than paint ever could. Like and subscribe for more stories from the shadows of history, and don't miss what we uncover next.